Welcome to Activity 8, an introduction to the Imperial System. This is a part of Unit 1, the Measurement and Trigonometry Unit. Recall that you have learned to use the metric system to measure length, weight, and volume. Metric units are very nice to work with. All of the units are multiples of 10, or 100, or 1/10, etc., of each other. The different units convert into one another very nicely. The metric system is a decimal-based system. Any measurement given one metric unit can be converted to another metric unit simply by moving the decimal place. Remember, if you are converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit, move the decimal place to the right in the number you are converting. For example, the length of a car is 6.2 meters, or 620 centimeters. If you are converting from a smaller unit to a larger unit, move the decimal place to the left in the number you are converting. For example, the weight of an elephant is 2,300,000 grams, or 2,300 kilograms. The base units for different kinds of measurements include: mass is a gram, volume is a liter, time is in seconds, and distance is in meters. Units of measurement in the metric system are related by metric prefixes. The common prefixes are kilo, which represents 1,000 unit multiples, like a kilogram is 1,000 grams; hecto, which represents 100 multiples, like a hectometer is 100 meters; deca, which represents 10 unit multiples, like a decaliter is 10 liters; the basic unit itself, given by its name; deci, which represents a tenth of a unit multiple; centri, which represents a 100th of a unit multiple, like a centimeter, which is 1/100th of a meter; and milli, which represents a 1,000th of a unit multiple, like a milligram is a 1,000th of a gram. The imperial system. You may have heard some of the following units before. In fact, some of them are even more common than centimeters and meters: inches, feet, yards, ounces, and pounds. These units are not a part of the metric system, but part of a different system called the imperial system. Before the metric system was introduced to Canada, we used the imperial system, which is why you often hear people talk about their height in feet and inches. The imperial system of units is a historical system based on everyday quantities, like the length of an average human foot. This system is still the standard system in the United States, and for that reason, it's still a big system when it comes to construction. To measure length, the imperial system uses inches, feet, and miles, given by the symbols IN, FT, and MI. Fluid ounces, pints, quarts, and gallons are all used to measure volume. And mass is measured using ounces, pounds, and tons. Even though Canada now uses the metric system, ever since 1970, imperial measurements are still used. The imperial system is still used as well. So we should know how to do conversions within the imperial system. Conversions within the imperial system are based in various multiples. Length using the imperial system, the base unit is inch. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. There are 3 feet in 1 yard. And there are 1,760 yards in 1 mile. Inches are divided into 16 parts. For mass and fluid volume, imperial units in the United States differ from those in the United Kingdom. In this lesson, we will use the United States imperial system, unless stated otherwise. Volume using the imperial system, the basic unit is the fluid ounce. There are 16 fluid ounces in 1 pint. There are 2 pints in 1 quart, and there are 8 pints in 1 gallon. Mass measured using the imperial system. The basic unit is the ounce. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound, and there are 2,000 pounds in 1 ton. As you can see, this system can get a little bit more confusing than the metric system, because it's not just tens. There's all these numbers and conversions that we have to memorize. Sometimes we need to convert metric units to imperial units, or vice versa. We usually do the calculations in one system and then convert. Here is a list of conversions for the United States and the United Kingdom. 1 inch is equal to 25.4 millimeters. 1 foot is equal to 30.48 centimeters. 1 yard is equal to 0.9114 meters. 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers. And for volume, 1 fluid ounce is equal to 29.574 milliliters. 1 pint is equal to 0.473 liters. 1 gallon is equal to 3.785 liters. And for mass, 1 ounce is equal to 28.35 grams. 1 pound is equal to 0.454 kilograms. And 1 ton is equal to 0.907 metric tons. Example 1. A rope is 15 feet long. Convert it to yards. So we know the length in feet, and we need to know the length in yards. Well, we know that there are 3 feet in each yard. So 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. So how many yards is 15 feet? We do the conversion by setting up the units. We have feet, and yet we want yards. So we put what we have on top and what we want on the bottom. We have 3 over 1 is equal to 15 over x. We set up this proportion so that we can easily convert from one to another. We know that there are 3 feet for every yard, so there'll be 15 feet for every x yards. And then we cross multiply. 3x is equal to 1 multiplied by 15, or 3x is equal to 15. Now we just have to solve for x by dividing through by 3. When we do that, we find that x is equal to 5. Therefore, a 15-foot long rope is 5 yards long. Example 2. There are 5 gallons of paint. Convert it to liters. Go ahead and try to set up your own conversion using the tables that we have below. When you're ready, come by to check and see our solution.